Chosen One!
Welcome to the Chosen One. I'm your host, Qui-Gon Din, and today we are joined by a very special guest. We got Lamb Chop, and he's going to be going us through his journey with Kit Fisto as you are the current #1 ranked Kit Fisto player on Longshanks, if I'm thinking right, if I remember right.
Correct, you're right. Yeah. Hey, thank you for having me, man. Yeah, so Kit Fisto, it's weird to say that like a goal of mine was to be the #1 rated Kit Fisto player before he was like officially in the game, and it just kind of ended up happening anyway. Um, so funny thing about Kit as a whole, so before I even played Shatterpoint, Kit Fisto is like one of my favorite like Star Wars characters, and I just think he's super cool. I remember being like 3 years old watching the old, Eric Gindy Clone Wars and seeing that episode where that's literally my Discord picture. For those of you that see me on Discord, is I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen ever.
I love the
And then of
Gendy
course
stuff.
like
The Gendy.
yeah, like I that's some of the best Star Wars is right there. Um, Yeah, like he's always been one of my favorite characters, and I was playing MCP a lot, and my buddies kept trying to get me over to Shatterpoint. I was like, I don't know, like I was kind of falling out of love with Star Wars, and at that time, and I um I was like, all right, when Kit Fisto gets announced, because I saw they were doing crazy things, like they had like Luminara in like one of their first boxes, and I was like, okay, that's like not typical for a Star Wars game, jumping that deep that early, and like Queen, Padme Amidala, and I was like, they're really like, wow, like already doing that kind of stuff. That's they're gonna do a lot of stuff with this game. And so yeah, I said like once Kit Fisto comes out, I'll start playing. And like a couple months before he was even announced at Adepticon, I just said, you know what, I trust AMG. I know they're gonna do it at some point. So I just started playing, and sure enough, he gets announced at Adepticon. Um, and
And
then like, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
oh no, yeah, no. So this was the first Adepticon for Shatterpoint that he got
Yeah.
announced, right? Because you played him at the second
Right.
Adepticon.
I did, yeah. So I was a little bummed because he wasn't gonna be like he released the Friday of Worlds. So because the tournament started on that Thursday, he wasn't going to be legal. So I was like, all right, I'm not even gonna put any kind of practice games in with him because I just wanted to practice for Worlds. And I told myself, my goal obviously is to make day two. I would love to go, 3-1 to make day two. But if I just go, if I don't make day two, there's a premier tournament on that Saturday, and I'm just going to play Kit Fisto all day. So literally the night before my flight left, because I left Thursday, I was able to get the kit box a couple days early, and I stayed up all night painting the entire box because it had to be painted in order to play, in anticipation for not making day two and playing that tournament. And I didn't make day two, and I was like, well, as fate would have it, I had Kit Fisto painted, and played him all day Saturday. And my first 4 games with him, I went 4-0, and I was like, wow, okay, is there something here? Like, and then just kept playing him over and over and over again, and I just kept loving him. And yeah, I know a lot of people are kind of down on him,
I wasn't
and
like,
I understand.
yeah,
But
it's like I wasn't down on him. For me, it's. I think he has a really cool kit, no pun intended. But it's just when you look at what Jedi Mundi did to all the Jedi lists, I'm like, why couldn't this been Kit Fisto? Because I don't like Ki-Adi-Mundi as a character. He's one of the worst Jedi ever. Except for the Gendy. Gendy Ki-Adi-Mundi gets a pass. My Mundi got a green lightsaber because of that last episode of season 2 of
Nice.
Gendy's. But I started.
But what about the bright back on the Wookiees?
Yeah. But no, it's cool. I was a little down that like Kit Fisto wasn't legal as well because I took Mace to Worlds. And I wanted
Oh yeah, Phil.
I wanted Phil and his clones. I'm kind of glad that I ended up sticking with pawns because I made day two of Worlds. I went
Yeah.
undefeated day one,
Congrats, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
and it was I won my Imperial match, my Thrawn match with Mace because of pawns. Pawns scored me 4 points. Uh, so like I wish I had access to the fill though for some of the stuff for some fun of the fun list building. Um,
Mhm.
and Kit Fisto, putting him on the table recently, he's been wild. He's a lot better than I think people are giving him credit. Uh,
Yeah. He's an interesting one. Like at the end of the day, like before we even like super get into it, like at the end of the day, I would put him like high B, low A, as like if we were to like tier list this. Like he's not breaking anything. I think if he had a force push or something like that, he would be insane.
if
Like,
if he had a force
like
Yeah, if he had a force push, he'd be on the level of like
I
Shock T,
yeah,
because that's the
which I'm
thing.
up.
The
Yeah,
m-
go sorry.
the movement on him is insane.
Mhm.
We'll get into that one like when we start talking about stances and everything, but
Yeah.
I fully agree with you. I think he's a stat stick and he's a really good stat
Yeah.
stick. And you kind of put him in the same vein as where you would put Asajj Ventress, current Asajj, but with you don't need to be as selfish with him, where she has to perform to get her refresh, and he's a Asajj that doesn't cost a lot of force to put on the table.
Yeah.
But
I,
yeah,
yeah, I really like him a lot, and I think part of it too is, like, I've always been this kind of player, like, when I first started playing, I gravitated toward Republic, partly because I'm a Clone Wars baby, and so, the prequels or prequel baby, sorry. And so, like, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie, and, like, I love Jedi, and so I just kinda gravitated toward playing, like, Anakin Obi, even though everybody's like, "Oh, they're bad, like, Republic's the worst in the game, and, like, 'cause clones are bad," and, like, I was like, "I don't care, I'm gonna play clones, and I'm gonna play Jedi," and I did well at, like, decent enough at events, like, I didn't go to anything, like, super crazy high for a bit, but, I was, like, going even, if not, like, winning a small local tournament here and there or something, you know? But and, like, so that, like, brings me to, like, part of the reason why I did really stick with Kit Fisto is because everybody's like, "Oh, he's bad, and he's bad," and I'm like, "Alright, well, I'm doing well with him," and it's kinda weird, like, it took like, between rated and unrated, I think it took 12 or 13 games before I lost a game with him, and I was like, "How is this even happening?" Like, he's not that good to
I
where I would, like,
so the things I've noticed him because I put him on the table a couple times and I shelved him, and now I'm going back and doing my revisit with him because I'm trying to find an Adepticon list.
Okay.
And he is
Heck
an
yeah.
insanely strong workhorse on his own turn, and you do not have to give him any help with getting anywhere on the board. Um,
Yeah.
do you start him in a Taru stance, or are you Shicho all the time? You never leave Shicho.
No, I always start him in Ataru. It helps a couple different things. So if somebody decides to try to like backline pin him or whatever, they can't because of that, and he's got protection or whatever. And I also use that side. It is the big bonk side, and I just kind of use it to either shove like crazy or jump to exactly where I need to. So I can't even tell you how many games I've played to where somebody's not paying attention to their back point, and from deployment, I will steal their back point.
That
Like it happens so many times, and they're just like, "How did that just happen?"
and that
And
is
I'm
the exact reason why I always start him in Ataru every game because I'm
yeah,
like, I'm noticing uh if you leave him in Shicho the full time, you're gonna have to dash him up forward to get sometimes to get him into a spot. But I'm like, if you pull him early, cool. You just
yeah,
you
it's
you put
fine.
him on the
Yeah,
midline and you
flip
flip
them
him to
over.
Shicho. But if
Exactly.
if you pull him late, like you go, oh, I need to get him exactly to where this point so he can go like steal the priority objective, like on shifting or something. And
Hmm.
I'm just like 2 jumps, 3 damage, and 2 heals on 3 results.
Yeah,
You can't go wrong
sure,
with that.
sure. Yeah.
And he's throwing 9 freaking dice. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the conversion rate on his expertise is good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I've whiffed a couple times. There's been a couple times where it's like I get two through, and that feels really bad. Like sometimes the two recovers is kind of awkward because if you draw him at a weird time, like you can't pair him next to a clone to heal them off a little bit. Like I love when I can set that up. That's my favorite thing.
Oh,
It's like, oh, walk up, bonk, heal my clone, my buddy for two, and then I jump all the way over to the other side, and that's my favorite. But sometimes it's awkward.
yeah, the heals are always awkward, and it doesn't matter what character you're attacking with. Heals on melee pieces is like always the most awkward things. It's one of the hardest things. I'm like, oh, I love these 8 heals on Kiata Mundai's tree.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I have
Nobody. Yeah.
no place to use it on them, and it's like, oh, but no, I think his Ataru side is something that a lot of people are sleeping on it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, besides the Kingham ability, everyone goes, oh, you can do 9 damage on it. I'm like, that's then if yeah, maybe if you're playing Vader, and you throw the 12 dice.
Oh yeah, that's something that I haven't really like thought of because I've always thought of Anakin over Vader one just because me. I just think of Anakin over Vader one. But yeah, I was seeing that recently. Like I think Dean took that to Nova, and like he only played it once, but I was like, oh, I
It,
kind of like that.
it's kind of spicy because you're gonna get two
Yeah,
results through. You're just gonna get two.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
even if,
you're like,
if you take that 2 damage, it's just like, oh, double heal, cool.
it whiffed. All right, whatever, it's fine. But yeah.
Uh, but the Shicho stance though is wild.
It's so gross. Yeah, like if you go against somebody who's got a lot of crits, um, he does get sad. And recently I have actually kind of been thinking more and more about it. Like, I don't know how good he is into Cassian in a sense of like that bomb doesn't care, and I
That
need to try that much up more than I have because I've done other stuff in the Cassian, but
I think that's less of a Kit Fisto problem and more of a Cassian problem in general. I think
fair.
I'll keep saying it. I think the biggest overtuning on Cassian is the fact that that bomb works on a struggle that you win.
I would say it almost like um
It's the one feels
I mean
bad
that's fair.
mechanic. It's
Yeah,
the one
that is the
feels
feels
bad. My recent GT, I one of my players just quit because like the Cassian bomb did 3 damage after I took struggle one. It's not a fun mechanic to play against, and
yeah.
I kind of felt bad for using it. It's like old Obi to Mind Trick or Jango Fett's not
True.
so fast. It's one of those types of play experiences, and I think
Yeah.
you just need to add it. If you lose to struggle, you get a using ability. I don't think you should be rewarded for winning a struggle by doing 2 to 3 extra damage on the units.
Or even like it's like if you look at things like sorry, I know this is a Kit Fisto, not a casting talk, but like if you look at like Veers' ability, right? Where it's your guys take 1 damage, they take 3.
Yeah,
Where it was like if it was something like that where it's like your guys take 1 damage and everybody else takes expertise or whatever, or hits, or is it hits,
hits and
crits or whatever?
yeah, it's like hits
Yeah.
and expertise, I believe.
Okay. Something like
And
that. Yeah.
no,
Like
I agree. It's that you can't avoid it, and that you get it for even winning. It's like rubbing salt in the
yeah,
wound.
yeah. But anyway, back to Kit Fisto. Fish
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Like I said, I think it's less of a Kit Fisto problem, more of a Dandel problem. But no, there's a lot of stuff though where Shicho is just like, yeah, I don't care if you expose me or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, he's wild against armorer.
I was
Like,
gonna say, I was about to say, yes.
um, him against armorer, him against like freaking Maul, all these characters. It's like, yeah, I don't care. I got 6 defense dice and I get a free expertise anyways.
Yep, which gets me to yeah. And armor too, it's like, oh, you also got to fail on your roll, so you're gonna get exposed, and you're going to take 2 damage because I riposte,
Yeah.
and you keep your exposed because you didn't shove me off because you don't have a second shove until 4, and you didn't get 4 down. Yeah, I love seeing armor across the table, and I go, oh, you deployed first? We're going right here. Yep.
Yeah, Kit Fisto is he's really, really something. And this is gonna be weird because everyone likes the supporting fire dash on the ARFs. I hate it on
It's
the ARFs.
so good.
I hate it
I
on the
used to
ARFs.
ar
I love it on Kit Fisto
Mhm.
because Kit Fisto's so tanky, he's not gonna go down.
Yeah.
ARFs have a target on their back,
Yeah.
even without the coordinate fire exposed, they just die. Your opponent goes, "Oh, I see ARFs over there. They're dead." I
Yep. You're like, "Oh, cool, okay."
I my opinion on the ARFs is that they are worse than the 501st.
I don't, if you look at my most recent, GT list, they're not in there.
I've
I
cut.
think that's my first all Republic Premier list that hasn't had ARFs.
I will, if I'm not doing like some clone strategy, I will put Padawans before I play ARPs.
Wow.
Um, well, when I'm playing Jedi strategies, I like the healing on the Padawans. They're not, it's not about their
Oh, for
attacks for
sure.
them. It's about moving them next to activations where, oh, their tactic heal is going to clear some conditions or something type of deal
Yeah.
with them. Um,
And they've got some, like they have, like, 3 shoves on or 2 shoves on 3 or something like
2
that.
shoves
I
on
like it.
3. If they are next to Obi-2 and now you can disarm them, they are actually quite tanky. So,
Yeah.
like Mace Obi-2 Padawans is a list that is super defensive, can be on points.
I like that.
So who's your favorite Kit Fisto pairing at the moment?
Pairing is in primary or, like, squad?
Uh, both. What is your favorite Kit Fisto list, I should say?
I don't know if I'd have a favorite right now. Like, I remember when before we even saw Shaak T's card, right? They had said she was gonna bring a force, right? And I was like, okay, if Kit's an 8, Shaak T's a 5, I'm gonna play Kit Shaak T Arfs for the foreseeable future. This was back in December, like November, whatever of last year, something like that. I don't know. And then of course Chakti comes out. She's a 5. She's amazing. She brings a force. She's awesome. So I was like, and then we get Kit. I was like, cool. I'm playing that. I really like Kit and Shakti together because they're both. I play objectives a lot, and I use both of them as like back point stealers. So I mean, we all know Shakti can get across the board. Um, the amount of times where I'd be like, okay, cool, I got 2 through, I have 2 damage reposition, and I'm on your back point, and I force repulse. Cool, that point's mine. And Kit is just like, okay, that back point, I'm gonna shove you off into Neverland, and I'm gonna stick here. Cool, sound good? Yep. Um, so that's what I do with them a lot. I like them together. What I will say about Kit is because he doesn't have things like a tactic dash, like Kiadi Mundi or stuff like that. And he doesn't have any additional movement for your team aside from the supporting fire dash. I usually try to make sure my secondaries and other primaries can make up for that. So, the exception being Obi-Wan, because
Yeah.
like Kit Obi-Wan, I really like is a really good sticky defense list. Um, that list is a lot of fun. I play that a lot. Kit Kiadi, like it's really weird. Like I think he's very flexible. Um, I've been
I
doing Kit Boss recently.
Kit Boss is something that's
Uh,
on my radar. I love Kit because he's not really like a beat stick, but he's a swashbuckler that's really good at the scoring objective. And
yeah.
the list I'm playing right now is because I love and hate boss. There are things I like about boss.
Same. Me too. Me too.
There are
Yeah.
things I don't like about him. If I'm playing boss, I'm playing him with Hunter. That's just the list that I'd play.
Okay.
But uh when I'm playing like Kit Fisto, the fact that I'm like, okay, I want to play lean into, okay, he's good and sticky on points, he's fast, he can get anywhere. He's an independent. He really reads to me. You want to play a scoring list that, again, playing objective, not trying to be the beat stick or the
Yeah.
thing. It's about rotating on a dime. He can go back and go to another point where he needs to. So I wanted to build the rest of the list to kind of do the same style of stuff of scoring. So I'm playing Pawns and Seven Scorch with Kit.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up. That's what I've been doing recently.
And I'm playing that with
Okay.
Mace Rex 501st. And
I'll try that.
what it does on shifting, especially after the ruling that we heard about with Rift Hampton, that you can make a combat action without attacking anything, which
Yeah.
means that triggers Rule 17,
17,
or
yeah.
I'm always first kid. Now, if you activate Mace,
Oh, whoa.
yeah,
Okay.
if you activate Mace turn 1 or Rex turn 1, you can now take all 3 center objectives in shifting priorities with Republic,
Oh,
and the characters are going to have protection steadfast on points, and they're going to have a hunker if it's with Rex. Because what you do is you start off Rex within on the inner side of the deployment, so he's like deployment towards the center objective.
yeah.
You'll his tactic dash for the dash hunker. You do it to your far forward deployed
Yeah.
Seven Scorch. One dash gets him onto the midline, 2 away from the back point. You then go, I'm going to declare a combat action, attack nothing. Rule 17 triggers, because you don't have to make an attack for Rule 17. It's just you get a dash and an attack the character that got attacked. It's like Rift Hampton. So Rule 17, you'll pay that force. You then get to dash the other one forward to the center point, and then Rex just moves and defensive maneuvers to the other far point. And now you got protected, steadfast, hunkered, Seven Scorch on the midline, which is a great turn 1 play because your opponent's not going to dislodge all of them. And then you got Rex over here. And then if you just flip Mace, you can do that without spending any force because you just dash them. It's really cool. The other thing I love about Seven Scorch with Kit is, since Kit can be this like really mobile piece with his Ataru stance, you can attack, jump somewhere, be within range 3 of Seven Scorch. Now you can proc Rule 17, which means you're moving multiple bodies on a Kit Fisto turn, which is something that doesn't normally happen.
Yeah. Right. And so I need to experiment with it more. I've only played a couple games with it, but I really like the idea of it.
I played it. I just started like testing it, and Pawns also gets really interesting when he has access to supporting fire dash.
Exactly. Yep.
Because now he is cool. I'm going to attack. I can reposition within range of Kit Fisto. Proc supporting fire dash towards like Seven Scorch, and again proc another Rule 17.
Yep.
It's a lot.
All right, I need to adjust my list because I was playing that, so I did OB kit, and it was the kit exactly as you're saying, and then I was doing OB fixer commandos, and I was like, I don't know if I should do fixer here or if I should do Rex, and I'm gonna swap back to Rex. I think I'm gonna swap back to Rex.
I think so. I think if you're doing Obi-Wan,
That's tough.
yeah, if you're doing Obi-Wan, Rex has to be somewhere in your list. He's too
Right.
He's too good with Obi-Wan. The dream team is just if you can do Rex and Fixer in your list.
Fixer, yeah. That's the only way to do that right now. Well, there's more than one way to do it. Like you could do fixer under kit. I saw one of my locals at the GT did that, where he put fixer under kit, and then it was like fixer and 212 or something like that. I like the 212 with kit too. I'll say that. He's really flexible. It's really what it is. Like he doesn't necessarily like say I need Jedi or I need clones or I need attacking or I need defensive. It's just kind of like, what do you need? I'm gonna help you out. I'll
it,
give you that dash.
it's exactly
Like,
what he is he is a character that you can slot in where the rest of your list is built around playing together. Kit Fisto
yeah,
is that piece that you go, you can be my back point stealer, be my stat stick. He's
yep,
not really a dead activation. Um,
yeah,
him with Obi-Wan is interesting. That's not something I would have leaned towards, again, because Obi-Wan sometimes has a bad activation,
fair.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
having two Jedi that kind of can be that activation where they can go take a point, but they multi-point swings are hard for like Obi-Wan and Kit Fisto.
And kit, yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
it is one thing I even noticed playing the test. Like Seven Scorch are the king of multi-point turns.
Hmm.
They are really good at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My game last night, I was playing this kit mace list, and um I did take the victory, but Seven Scorch were such a workhorse. They got tabled and knocked off the table at the beginning of Struggle 2.
Wow. Mine, I'll tell you about mine last week. Um, they had two wounded/injured tokens on the third activation of the game.
That's similar what happened to me. They got
Yeah.
knocked out. So they start doing workhorse with Rule 17 early on. They get knocked out, and I'm like, okay, I pull Shatterpoint, and I'm like, okay, Mace is going to dash off the Shatterpoint because of his Shatterpoint ability. Do I activate Mace or do I activate? I'm like, I think I activate Seven Scorch here because I wake them up. They can do a 3-point swing for me. With a play with like using them
Oh yeah, Rex.
and Rex, because Rex is I'm always first kid. And I'm like, okay, so I wake them up. They immediately get domed by Grand Inquisitor. Like the one thing they don't like is they don't like getting meleeed, and Grand
Yeah.
Inquisitor with Moff Gideon dice is just
Ooh.
it was rough. They got domed pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not good.
501st did get the revenge though. 501st did dome off Gideon, so that was fun. But
Mine was kind of a statistical anomaly. So Weequay Pirates walk up, make a standard 6 die attack. I roll 2 expertise, 3 failures, which is 1 block.
and a crit to a hit.
And yep, they had no crits. And I was like, cool. And then so they go 4 down the tree, hit the expose. My next defense roll, 5 expertise. I was like, cool. That's how we're starting this game. Thank you, dice.
That's kind of
It's not
like,
gonna happen. Like I was like, thank goodness this is a practice game, because my goodness, if that happened somewhere important, I would have lost it.
oh yeah, like my Seven Scorch like went down a lot, but they were the ones doing a lot of my work. So like the rest of my team, the entire game was like healthy. Like some stuff were taking plink damage here and there, but like they were the brunt force of a lot of the attrition, which means Rex and Mace and Kit Fisto had one activation. He was the last activation in my deck for my first order through, and I'm like, okay, what can I do? Okay, the priority objectives of my opponent's back point. Let's double advance him to Riva, and I'm like, I just need to get the double jump here. Roll
Yeah,
my 9 dice. I get 3 through. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do
perfect.
3 damage, heals, got my 2 jumps. He jumps up on top of the point, takes the point. That was his one activation. I did use supporting fire dash quite a bit, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm like, this is why Kit Fisto's here. If that were Obi-Wan, because the other
Yeah, he
thing
can't.
about this list is like, okay, I can play Obi-Wan. I would have been able to keep a lot of my hunkers and whatnot. which would have maybe allowed me to maintain a couple points here and there, but I would not have been able to get this as a 2-0 victory. I probably would have lost struggle 2 just because I don't there's no way Obi-Wan's getting all the way to the backboard. It just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. And it's like Kit Fisto with the Taru, being able to advance while engaged is so
Oh,
good.
that's so good. Yeah. I just remember like my very first game with him at that Adepticon tournament. We were playing Never Tell Me the Odds, and his first activation, I did exactly like I took their back point on Never Tell, um, so it would be my back right or whatever, and then struggle two, I was like, okay, the priority objective is the left side objective, and I was like, okay, advance, advance because I'm or reposition now because I'm engaged. Bonk Hera, I think it was. Jump, 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 or jump, jump, something or whatever. Hey, now I'm on the side point. Like, and that's literally what I realized. Like, wow, this guy can move. Like, and like, but it's just
I
the
think
ability to go
yeah,
across the board on an activation is just it's
I
so useful.
think outside of Jin, I believe he's probably the fastest character in the game. Outside of maybe Jin or maybe Hunter. I think those are like the
Yeah.
the when you're thinking fast characters where you're doing all this advancing a bunch of jumps. I'm thinking Jin, Hunter, Armorer, Kit Fisto, and I'm like, they're gonna get to where you need them to go.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I love his.
It's pretty.
I'm like looking at him and I'm like, this guy does a lot of stuff, and he hits like a truck on Chicho. I'm like,
He does. Yeah, it's not bad. It's
it,
what's it? Is it
it,
5 damage, two
5 damage
shoving?
shoving a strain, or if you go the top route, you
You
start
get
doing the
yeah.
double shoves on 1 and 2, and I'm like, okay, he's doing like what Mace is doing on Jedi Master. Oh, that reminds me. So definitely with Kit Fisto, I think he is your go-to if you want to build a Republic team to play on Never Tell or First Contact. I think he is a go-to primary for that.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't. Yeah. Weirdly enough, I know, and maybe this is like a hot take or whatever. Like, I don't mind Never Tell. I never have as playing Republic because I'm going second, and like there's a 1 in 3 chance where it is the bad one that I don't have the other objective or whatever. But 2 of the 3, I have both of them anyway. So it's like, I don't know.
I never minded it, but it's definitely for like Jedi list. It's not my favorite. I don't mind it when I'm playing clone lists, but when I'm playing like all where everything in my list is melee, it could be a little issue. But
And then yeah, Kit, I don't like. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do
Kit doesn't care.
it.
And I love Pon's fix. I love that Pons goes, I can now deploy on all the points and cover all the
Oh yeah,
objectives. And it makes that Pons with 7 Scorch such a my hot take is that Pons with 7 Scorch is gonna be the
I think it's real. I think it's real. Yeah.
I think it's better than putting Delta Squad all together on the table.
Interesting.
Boss has not been having the results that I'm surprised at how not good Boss is doing. He does good in Swiss, but he's been getting knocked out left and right in Top Cut, which
Not me raising my hand or hiding from raising my hand because I played a Kit boss list of my top round 1 top cut game and lost.
But like I'm like that's the thing. Like he's not making Top Cut. He's making Top Cut, but he's getting knocked out like early on in these GTs, and I'm like, what is happening? I thought because his box looked insane, and I think it's the force economy. I think there's too many moving parts with positioning, and I think it's the 2 force. Why isn't it doing what everyone thinks it's going to doing? And Rift Hampson of all things is performing better than Boss on the GT scene.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Riff.
I love Rift. I need to put him with Kit Fisto and try the Aqua Tag synergy list because Like if I can play Sharkman and Squid Jedi, I'd be like, heck yeah. So what do you think of the Aqua Droids?
I think I'm with you. I think they're underrated. I really do.
Yeah.
They look bad on paper. They really do. But my locals have figured them out.
When
I remember my last game of the Swiss of the GT. I was playing against Holden. Holden's amazing, and he had 2 turns where I looked at him and I literally like fist bumped him and I was like, that was sick. Like like what you just did right there, that was sick. Like I don't do that in games. And they were both Aqua Droid turns. Like it was just like how he manipulated the board with the Aqua Droids plus having the Rift come in. It was just it was really good. I ended up winning that game, but I was still like, dude, that was sick.
So my take on Aqua Droids, they're on par with Seven Scorch. They're not as good as Space Ventura, but they are better than Han and Chewie.
Interesting.
I
haven't played enough Han and Chewie.
Han and Chewie have too many issues with their play patterns. The fact that one of them can dash, one of them can do the reposition type trick. It's a little too many moving parts per se, and then when they go down, they become a huge force tax. And Aquata, I think they're good. I think the weak point in the Rift box is definitely Nasserai, but
still fine. I think.
I love the Mando Rift list. Like I played Purist of Christopher's Mando Rift list, the Mando, Dengar, Weakways, and then just the Rift box. And the reserve mechanics in that list are hilarious. I'm like,
nuts.
I like stacking the bottom 3 cards of my deck. I'm like, okay, now I know the bottom 3 of my order deck. It's crazy fun what it's doing. But the but no, I'm very much in on Kit right now. And he's also been doing good on the GT scene lately. Like
he has, yeah. I'm glad that more people than me are bringing him.
So any other fun lists that you're going to be testing with him in the future?
I kind of wanted to go over my like GT lists that I just brought, if that's cool. So the Smite Club GT, I did go 4-0 in the Swiss. I was the only 4-0 somehow. Better to be lucky than good. But I took Kit every game, kind of on accident. Like I didn't build it as an anchor list. Like I felt that list was super flexible. And part of it too was I was already like a couple rounds in, and I was like, well, might as well just bring him all the way. You know what I mean? Just like, so the Kit, like I said, I would take Kit Shock T a lot together. 1, she adds the extra force. 2, she's really good. She can add mobility to any of your characters. She can have a force neutral turn, or if she does spend force, it's worth it. You know, you're taking that point, and you know, and she's super fast, which really leans into having the 2 super fast models, right? That can just take a back point. I've had a lot of success with that. And I took them with, or 501st with them, because I thought 501st were the best 3 costs right now.
I love 501st.
Yeah.
So good.
They're so good. And so I was doing Kit Boss for a while. So that was my kit list with Delta box as a whole. And then I had Obi-Wan, your typical Obi-Wan Rex commandos. And then I took Kiadi Mundi, Barris, and the 212th. And that was my like control list.
Control, displacement.
Yep. And the pins. Yeah.
Mundi's good.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and Barris impressed me, but I could do so many different pairings with this. A Kit can go with anybody. Obi can go with anybody. Mundi and Boss is the only pairing you don't really do. because that's just kind of weird. Like it's just like there's not enough synergy with each other. Not worth it. Um, yeah, like I ended up playing just Kit every game. I think I did Kit Mundi first because that was just what I felt most comfortable with. 3 models with diceless displacement. Just playing the push game, like getting wounds if I do, whatever. And then like game 2, I saw when I was playing against, I was like, okay, well, good defensive here. So I did Kit OB. That game, Kit didn't do anything. Like me and my opponent were both like, because he had never played against Kit before, but he knew like he was like, oh, I know you're the Kit guy or whatever. And we were both at the end of the game like Kit could have been any primary there. Like he didn't really do anything. Like he went up, took a point. That's all he did. He only had one activation. Um,
That
and I did have a couple like supporting fire dashes here and there, like kind of like what you were saying in your game. Like
yeah, that's his job though. Like
that's his
he's
job. Yeah, like he doesn't need to be super flashy, even though he is.
he is that designated character that goes, oh, I control good board position on these points right now, but there's this far point I can go off, take that point, and the only person in my list that can do that is Kit Fisto. I use
Yeah.
Kit Fisto as this piece where I'm like, I draw him, I look at the board state and go, can I steal a back point with him or steal a point that no other
Yes.
character can? If the answer
Yes.
is not this turn, he goes in reserve until
Yep.
till that opportunity arises. And
Exactly.
like he's the one piece that I'm like, yep, you save him for when you need him. He is that scalpel. He doesn't need to be like Mace or these other characters where I'm like, okay, I need to move all these characters around or Anakin. It's why I kind of like him with lists like Hunter or Boss, which they have a lot of their own mobility tricks where they're
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
multiple bodies. Again, independent operator. He's like a Maul, except he doesn't get shot off the table.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. But unlike Maul, he can't really influence 2 points super well, which I think has changed. Like we were talking about with having Seven Scorch under him now.
Yeah, he has a little bit of extra movement tech for with Rule 17. I think Rule 17 is the reason why you're playing Seven Scorch.
Yeah.
It's not their stats. Their stats are they feel like a 4.5. They don't feel quite on par with like a regular 5.
Yeah.
Like I think their expertise is good and everything. Their trees are really good, but they're still 8 health, 5 defense dice, 4 defense dice in melee.
Yep.
Defensive
8 health with conditional protection instead of X.
yeah, like it's but Rule 17 being able to proc off any Galactic Republic is really, really, and it works when they're wounded, which is
True.
something that I'm like, Rex, I'm always first kid got completely power crept here.
Yep. The other thing too. So I'll jump into this because I made a huge mistake in my top cut game because I activate Shock T. I'll get to it. I promise. It all connects. I activate Shock T. Okay, and I'm like, perfect. 7 Scorch because this is when I'm playing Kit Delta. So it's like, all right. I activate Shock T. I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need right now. And I was like, I'll just dash. Scorch to the left. He'll take that ingress, take that point because nobody's on it. And then Shock T will go up to the middle, attack somebody, and then just clear it off. I'll flip this. I'll score. It'll go on my side. This will be perfect. And then I look down and I'm like, ah, shoot. They're pinned right now. Okay, that's okay. I'll dash Kit. It'll just get him up the board a little bit because he hadn't activated yet. Then I go in. I get her up the middle. After I finish the attack, the moment hits me where I go, I could have used the dash from Rule 17. Because if you look at Rule 17, it says character in this unit or within 3 of this unit finishes the combat action. A character in this unit may dash. So Sev was within range 3, Scorch was not. Because Sev was in range, I could have used that dash to then have Scorch go up, grab that point, but because I didn't dash them earlier to clear the pin.
Yep. It's that's the fear I have with this list, is with this like mace kit list, is that there's so many triggering things to remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was like my fourth or fifth game with like Delta, something like that. Um, so I will say that as partially a practice thing. Yeah, because I didn't hit that, it went to the middle. We both got a momentum. They scored struggle one. I was like, ah.
Yeah, it's great. The mobility factor, I think Seven Scorch with like Kit Fisto is definitely the way of the future. I think it's a good tech list for the bigger maps.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
It's really good. So, what are you going to be taking Kit Fisto to Adepticon?
Um, we'll have to see. I'm in a weird spot where I'm trying to not play Republic just because I've been playing Republic for so long. I've been playing this like scoundrels list with like Riff, and I've been doing the Riff Cassian stuff. Because I just think that's cool. But I know it's a little mean. But
I love the Rift
one
casting.
thing,
It's just 4/4 scares the living daylights out of me.
yeah, I've done it. I've done two games with it. The first game I shuffled my order or refreshed my order deck, and I had 3 force. And then the other game, I ran out of force with my last two activations, and I was like, okay,
A little rough. That's a little rough.
yeah,
I'm like 5 is pushing it for me,
yeah,
but 4 is like, I don't think I play this.
yeah.
So you're going to be
But
going more on the scoundrel.
we'll see. Like, I may come back. I've been thinking about Luminara again a lot recently, which is not something I had typically thought of. Um, I'm just curious if we're in a spot with the meta where her revenge trigger getting the 3 recovers is good enough in the sense that like it is good, right? But it's like I don't think it was as good against Aiden and stuff like that because I everything was just getting one shot and just like it didn't matter.
I think
But like
specifically against Cassian, it's probably where it's
it
going to
might
be
be
really good.
right. That's
Um,
where I'm like thinking right now.
it really can nullify that bomb, and
Yeah.
then you could just play super aggressive, because against Cassian you kind of have to play super aggressive. You're gonna
Yeah.
proc some of the
Otherwise you
revenge
just die.
triggers, but uh like the the revenge aspect of Cassian's not the scary thing. It's the amount of output he's bringing. He is aggression on his own turn. He's shoving out that 6 damage usually. The bomb adding that additional damage, and then that Shatterpoint mechanic with
Yep.
it's the the revenge trigger is not the thing that breaks Cassian. It's that he has that revenge trigger in combination with, he just brings out so much gas in your team.
Yeah.
And it's like the first time we've had an attrition aggro list, which, or an attrition revenge list, and I don't think people were ready for it. I think, but
Yeah.
you kind of have to match the wounds with it to make it so they can't do stuff. It's a tough cookie to crack. The reason why Cassian's dominating the game right now.
Yeah. But
Oh,
um
have you thought about doing any Cassian with Kit Fisto?
Uh, briefly, because his revenge trigger makes it so that Kit can always reposition.
Yeah, there's
Very
a
briefly, I did think about it.
world where
Oh,
I'm actually
yeah.
also looking at Kit Fisto with Armorer, because I can
Okay.
take Kit uh with what's his name, Gar Saxon, play
Yep.
Bo Katan with Armorer, and now I got the super mobility team, with
Yeah.
two primaries that are getting anywhere they need to go. And I'm
I would
like,
almost say, like, I don't know, Mando's pretty fast too, in like a weird way. I don't
yeah,
know.
when your stuff dies, and I just wish that you could take Gar Saxon with Mando.
Oh, I see, I see, I see. Speaking of Garsex and Riff, Garsex, and Weakways, Mando, Bo, Coverts. Coverts are
Ooh,
scoundrel.
I like that. Though,
Coverts are scoundrel.
yeah, and Riff with armor is something I was kind of looking at because I'm like, oh, this actually might work because of the force refresh and because nothing goes up in force cost.
Right.
Um,
Interesting.
so there is a world where that's something to try. The other list I want to try is armor with Cassian because apparently Paz gets really interesting when you can advance him and then he can trigger his gun.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And I'm like, wait, so you make Paz's 5-die attack something that can happen off of a revenge attack? That's kind of crazy. But again, the 4 force is holding me
It's
back from
terrifying.
trying that stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
But no, are you gonna? Have you tried the all aquatic list yet? Like
No,
full
it doesn't.
box.
Like, I don't know why. It doesn't interest me in a weird way. Like, I saw like Duncan did it, where it was Kit, Nadar, and B1s, and like I don't know.
It seems kind of cute, but
It's cute, right? Like I don't
I
know.
I definitely think getting the 5 extra attack dice. Like okay, that sounds awesome, but I don't know. Maybe instead of Nadara, you just do Aura Sing there instead. But
I think Nadar is a little underrated, not gonna lie, but I think he only works under Obi.
yes, you need him with hunkers. You need him either with Obi or with Mace. I feel, um,
Oh, fair.
uh, just so you can manage if he does get wounded, he can still do all of his kit, and you have enough force to do it.
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing that Mace Ahsoka with Obi 2 and Nadar list float around, and it's doing like a lot of
Interesting.
work. Again, it's a lot of independent operators there. Nadar kind of is just this independent character. As long as he gets to follow your opponent's primaries and do anything, he does some cool things. It's just he's completely overshadowed by Shock T.
For sure, for sure. I remember do you know Griff from Clan of Two?
Yes,
So
I had the other one. I had Hunter on from Planet 2
Hunter? Okay.
talking about his Republic second place GT run.
Oh, nice, nice.
So
I so I played a game. This was right when Kit came out. And so I had my Kit Obi list with Nadar, and I gave him like PTSD kind of thing where like he was like this freaking little fish, man. I can't I can't deal with it. And it's just like because I healed and refreshed so much from his ability, because even when he was down, it still works.
that's
So
like the crazy thing. He unlike Firebrand, who has like a similar get engaged mechanic, um, it's a lot harder to avoid Nadar's because
yeah,
it doesn't have to be a move action if I'm right, right? It's
yeah,
just
it's any kind
anytime
of
they move. They need to switch that with Firebrand anytime that they move engaged.
yeah.
Like they did it right with Nadar. It's actually kind of, especially like when it's like, oh, you pull up, never tell me the odds, and you flip the X. I'm gonna put Nadar right in the center of the board.
That's exactly what happened. It was first contact, and it was the X.
That,
And I put him right in the middle with an Obi hunker, and he was like, "Oh dear God."
That's what happened. So one of my rounds, my first round in Top Cut at Adepticon in day 2, I ended up going up against a Jedi list. I forget who the pilot was, but it was Luminara with Mundi, and I was played Mandos. I he brought Never Tell, I brought Sabotage. I'm like, okay, he's playing this Jedi list. If I pick my list because I won an initiative, I'm gonna like, I might have a big problem because it's Jedi, it's a Sabotage. He's got Lumi and Mundi there with Crosshair. I'm like, this is going to be dangerous on Sabotage if I pick this. I'm playing Mando armor, all Mandos, and I'm like, okay, let's go Never Tell. Flip up the X. Guess who my first draw is? Paz Vizsla. I'm like, okay, bolt right to the middle, Paz, and then I flip Bo-Katan. He goes right on the center point on top thing, and he spends the entire game there. He gets meleeed, so he can never do his 5-die attack. He had 6 injured tokens on him by the end of the game because that the middle didn't turn off, and it was hilarious. He made no attacks, but he kept getting shot and died, and I'm like, wake him up, wake him up. And I'm like praying, don't activate Paz because he's holding the point, and it's hilarious.
I can't reserve him if he has injured tokens.
That's why I'm saying don't activate, don't flip up his card because he would be leaving the table by the end of Struggle 1 because of that X. And it was rough. And then I got knocked up by Godliness with the Vader Iden list, which was the one list I didn't want to. I avoided that list all day, but I faced out of my 6 rounds at Worlds, 5 of them were Empire. I'm like, I couldn't avoid the Iden. I don't think Iden's a problem anymore. I still think she's good.
Oh yeah, she's super good.
She doesn't want to see Kit Fisto. She doesn't do much.
Yeah, she does. She doesn't. Yeah. At the Adepticon tournament, my second round was against Hunter, and he was playing Iden, and she couldn't do anything into him.
I'm always gonna get those 2 blocks. I love it. Yeah. It's such a good like frame reference. I'm like, cool. I can roll 6 natural blocks, which if it happens, and now I get an expertise added to it. Now I have 8 blocks. No, what primary can do that? That's not like Mace Windu pumping up his defense dice.
Right. It's funny. So the GT dice is right now, or some is the purple attack dice, and then the like lime green defense dice. So I got 3 of them, and I go, these are my Kit Fisto expertise dice because it's always 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So it's.
I got a full brick of those the GT dice. I got like my 18 purple dice and my 10 green dice. Because
nice.
As a Mace Windu, like as the Mace Windu stan, where I'm like, I will always defend my boy no matter what. I have to have the purple dice. Have to have the purple dice. Better than the gray dice.
For sure.
I'm just upset that the defense dice are still green. Like, okay.
Yeah, it is another green. Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Like, I don't mind it because I don't have any of the other green dice, but I'm like, I kind of feel bad for the people that like have a brick of the green already. And I'm like, oh, if they would have gotten something different because it's green. I would really like some like black and gold defense dice. Like black dice with gold inlay would look sick. But no, I think Kit Fisto is great. Thank you very much for coming on. Is there any other little tidbits you'd like to talk about Kit Fisto before we call it a cast?
Right. Just honestly, just like exactly like we've talked about, it's like he's not going to be your like huge playmaker like Mundi or like Kanan or stuff like that, but like he has a role and he's going to do it every time. And if that's the role you need, then I think he's great. But not every list needs that role. Just practice the supporting fire dash a lot. That was one thing, is I would overextend him a lot. When I was first playing him, so I didn't get a crazy amount of utilization from the supporting fire dash, and like you don't always like need it, but it can help units like the 212th always get their focus, and because one of them dashes and the other one gets the other coordinated fire or whatever. Um, but
It's
yeah, utilizing that supporting fire dash, freeing up that action is super good. It actually won me a game because I didn't have the force for the ARFs to get their defensive maneuver to body a point, and um, I used the supporting fire dash to get that extra little bit so I could hit that point, and I won the game. So, like, it's useful. You just
it,
have to
it's
practice it,
very
and
yeah.
yeah,
It's especially very useful on a primary that is likely not to get wounded in the game. I have not had Kit
exactly. Yeah,
Fisto wounded yet in any of the games I've
I
played.
have. I
It
have. I've had him wounded twice. I think the only time that he was the wounded twice there was against Vader one. So,
he can get wounded. He like, but
yeah.
he's going to make your opponent work for it, and a lot
Yeah.
of times
And
it's
sometimes that's all it's seen. It's like, okay, 4 of your attacks were against Kit. Okay, my supports are alive still. Like,
exactly. He like Mace, Kit Fisto is one of these pieces that you're just like, oh, it's better to kind of ignore him. Kind of like armor. Yeah, there are these pieces that you kind of have to accept they're going to do what they want to do, and it's better to not make them your priority target unless they're the ones you have to go after. And that's the thing.
yeah,
Kit Fisto is never the one that your opponent has to go after. He's a
yeah,
scalpel. His slowing him down. I mean, unless your opponent's going to try and they can't even really pin him because you just cool. You
they'll
pin
just
me.
jump it. Yeah,
You just flip it, and now Kit Fisto's still doing his thing.
or he
Like,
just jumps from his expertise because you rolled 2 and he gets the third one for the jump.
yeah, like that's the crazy thing. Like he is, you can't really pin him down, and if he does get pinned somehow, and he has a pin at the beginning of his activation, change stance,
Just flip it
he
over.
loses the pin. Yeah, Kit Fisto
Yeah,
will probably go down after that because he's an Ataru, but you know what?
yeah,
It it's still more work that you have to put into him. And he's good. Yeah, people play Kit Fisto. He is, in my opinion, the answer for a lot of the Republic's these big maps that require a little bit more movement, a wider threat range. Kit Fisto's threat range is probably the strongest of any of the Jedi and Republic. He can hit and he can impact a lot more of the board on his activation compared to
yeah,
someone like a Mundi or a Mace. He can get to where he needs to go. He's really good.
for sure. One last thought or thing. Did you notice that his Ataru stance? Have you looked at it?
It's a
It's a
fish.
fish.
It's so
Yes.
good. It's so
I
good.
love that.
I'm trying
I
to
love it.
figure out like what the other stance looks like, and I can't.
Yeah, right. I can't either.
Uh,
I don't know.
actually, it looks like a shark. The
Yeah.
the back, the long ends of it's the tail. You got the fin, and then you got the little dorsal fins.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
There you go. It's a shark,
Sure.
or there you go. No, I love the fish. I love the fish stance. I think Nadar's is also a fish, if I remember right. I haven't looked at Nadar in so long. I haven't thought about playing him in anything. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
This was a blast. Good luck with your kit venture. Maintain that number one because I'm coming for it.
Please don't.
No, you'll probably maintain it for a long time because I don't go to many rated events. I have no local scene, and
Uh-huh.
my one GT and Adepticon are the two events I do a year.
Fair enough.
All righty. This has been The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. Where can everyone catch you at, Lamchop? Are you on any other podcasts, any other Discords? Where can people get in contact if they want to talk some Fisto?
Just lamb chop on Discord. It's the L4mbch0p, and you'll see a picture of Kit Fisto. So it's pretty easy. You'll see me in a lot of the other podcast discords, but I've only been a guest on like Momentous Struggle because they're one of my locals.
They're awesome. Aubrey and Todd are great. I've had Aubrey on a couple times. I'm still
Yeah,
trying to get on with Todd.
he's so busy.
He is.
Yeah.
And like with all their stuff that they run. Well,
Oh yeah,
I hope to see you at Adepticon. I'm sure you're going to be there.
for sure. I had so much fun last year.
It's such a good event.
Or this year.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. If you want to catch the next video, you can watch the one linked above, or you can just go and listen to the podcast on the playlist below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.